We are live. We're a mess today. We're a mess. We got stomach issues. We got muting issues. We got dark issues. And all we want to do is talk about comparing cancer. That's all we want to talk about. We do have people jumping in, and I really wanted to be able to talk about this, so I hope that more people can join us as we discuss this, because I think comparing cancer is a bad thing for both ends of this. And I really wanted Seporah to be a part of this conversation, since her and I have talked about this a little bit, because especially for someone with metastatic cancer, because Sue, actually, we were talking about you when we discussed this, because I was saying to her how all the time people say, I feel so bad complaining to you about this because blah, 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 blah. You know, I think that's part of it. Like, we look at someone else's cancer as they have it worse than us.
Definitely.
We shouldn't do that. I think that's a major problem. While every cancer has its own degrees, by doing that, we negate our own cancer.
I also catch myself saying, well, it wasn't so bad because I didn't have to have chemo. And I excuse myself, like, you know, for myself, because I didn't have chemo, you wouldn't look at me the same, and so I assume you wouldn't look at me the same, so it's not so bad for me. So don't feel bad for me. Not that I want anybody to feel bad for me, but yeah, it's the other way. Same thing. Mm-hmm.
And that's a problem. I think it is. And I think it's a problem when people say to you, well, you don't know what it's like because you didn't have chemo. And Lisa and I discuss this all the time. It doesn't make your cancer less. This is how I always word it. It doesn't make your cancer less. It just makes it your cancer. It doesn't make it Seporah's cancer. What the heck was that? It makes it
dog barking?
It was a dog barking.
My dog.
It scared me. Oh my God, I'm a mess.
Oh boy. That's all. Now we're just going to have dogs barking, darkness, mutedness. Yeah.
I think we need to stop doing that. I think that's part of the problem with the whole awareness and everything, is that we're comparing cancers. We're saying, well, she's got stage 2, she's got stage 3, you know, I do know that we have to have different levels. I get that part of it, but I think when we pit each other up against each other, it puts it in a pyramid, and then it almost becomes like this cancer hierarchy. And then flip it to Bob over there in Muteville, and then we do it with male. I mean, we got male breast cancer who's way out in left field, and who do they get compared with? Nobody.
Absolutely.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, she's still muted.
She's still muted. Mm-hmm.
So I think this makes me sad that we can't have. These are the two people I wanted in this conversation.
I know. What the heck?
I don't understand.
I don't understand a lot of things. So this is going to make me really mad, because I really, like, for Seporah, who is metastatic, I think it's so important for her to be part of this conversation, because I get it all the time on my page, people saying to me, well, I'm so lucky because I don't have it as bad as those with metastatic. Do you know what I mean? Actually, someone just sent in a question.
Oh.
Melissa did. My girlfriend Melissa. She wrote, I often compare out of worry and fear in order to try to figure out how likely it is that I'm going to have a reoccurrence. Never to compare who has worse. Which is also, that's what I'm talking about. There's this weird comparison thing. And that's bad. This is all bad. We have to stop doing this.
It's a hard thing, though, especially when what she's talking about, because I know that I've done the same thing with people. It's like, you know, you hear someone, you have your moments of weakness, you know, where you think, you know, you find out someone who was diagnosed at the same stage or had the same cancer and it came back, for them, and then you're like worried it's going to come back for you. Or maybe they didn't, and it gives you a peace of mind, which really isn't foolproof, as you know. Doesn't matter. It can come back for anybody at any time. You know?
Yeah, actually, so I have a girlfriend, and she was DCIS, right? Mm-hmm. And she had a mastectomy, and recently found a lump underneath her collarbone. And it's a fairly large lump. And do you know what her doctor said to her? Her doctor said, and I quote, "Well, cancer never comes back with DCIS." Oh. Actually said that to her.
Wow. Therein lies another problem.
That's a huge problem. I mean, she's problem. Like, do you want me to name you people that it's come back to? Because it does come back. You
can't. Really bad doctor.
Horrible.
Yep.
I mean, now what he didn't just make her feel like crap now, because now she's wondering, God, am I worrying about something I don't need to worry about? And am I paranoid? Am I, forget all of that. He negated her feelings. Like, then he negated her cancer. Like, made her feel like her cancer was less. It's still cancer. I'm sorry. If your doctor says to you, your choice is either a double mastectomy or a lumpectomy, you have cancer.
And that was a hard thing for me because I did have DCIS, and I didn't have a choice. My right breast had to go. I had too much cancer, or not cancer because it was intraductal, but too much of it in that breast. I couldn't keep it even if I wanted to. I had no choice. So I didn't even have a choice of having a lumpectomy. Not comparing, just my own thing. So then there are people out there that talk about DCIS not being cancer. Well, I've had a hell of a ride for not having cancer.
Exactly. I'm frozen now, aren't I?
No.
Nope.
My whole page says not responding.
But you are. You're moving.
I'm moving.
You are moving.
Well, actually, so the first oncologist that I saw, originally I was diagnosed with papilloma. That was the first thing I was diagnosed with, which is technically like pre-cancer. It's not.
Oh, now you're frozen.
Oh my gosh. I think I'm the bad luck charm here.
It's so funny. What is going on? Now it's just me and you, Sue, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Bob took up to talking to somebody else.
This is a joke.
Oh, now you're frozen, and then you have a second picture going on.
What the hell is going on? I don't know. I got Seporah texting me, re-invite me. I don't know what the hell's going on. But so I went to this first oncologist, right? And he tells me that first I was told I have papilloma, which is pre-cancer. And then...
Did you read what Bob said AnneMarie needs to reboot?
The whole thing?
I don't know. That's what he just said.
That would really mess everything up, wouldn't it? No?
That might help, he said. I don't know.
Huh. Okay, hold on. Seporah's coming back. Oh, my God. I guess I can stop it and reboot it. Do you guys all want me to do that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, give it a...
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be worth it.
Okay.